Good morning. Happy Monday. Today is the third week of school and I just got here. I'm about to make me some coffee. I do have a refrigerator, so I'm gonna make me some iced coffee. Yay! And I'm about to start getting ready for the day. So let's get you guys set up. Okay, so I already got SEL, or the social emotional learning lesson plan for today. I'm going to keep reading and phonics very similar to what last week was. I created name folders for my students. I just need to assemble them and laminate them, but I did print out everything that I needed for that. I can't show you those because they have names on them, but I can show you the resource that I used, and I can also show you I created name songs for my students, and I can show you where I got that from. Okay, so here is the name folder that I created for my students. I will make sure that I link this down below in case you are wanting to teach students how to spell their name. So I just did the first name. So this is not one of my students' name. This is how it opens up when you get this resource. So here is their name, and then there is little circles here so I can spell it. So basically what they would do is these would be like right underneath each letter. So they would say J-A-M-I-E. So they would point to each one as they were spelling out their name. They would trace each letter. I did change the font to something that was a little bit easier for them to spell out. Next, they would make their name. So this would be put on there, and then this right here would be cut out and laminated, and then they would put their name together. I also created a song name for each student and a way that they can write it. So I also did include that in there. Maybe I can show you, but without actually showing you my student's name. Okay, so this part says I can write it. And so let me show you what that looks like. So I did cover up the top part of it, and I'm also using my hand to cover up the next part because it does have names on it. So as you can see, there is a writing line. Up above it, there is a dotted line with the student's name. So they will trace it, and then the line underneath it, they will write their name by themselves. So that gets them to practice how to write their name. And then what I am covering up is their song names. And I will make sure that I link what I did down below. Okay, in regards to their name song, what I did is I found Play-Doh to Play-Doh. I actually have some of her resources, and I really enjoy some of the things that she puts out. So this right here is Name Song for Kids. It's a great way for students to learn how to spell their name, and kind of being able to pick a tune out for them. So she created a video. I will make sure that I link that down below for you. About how to create names. So if the student has 3 letters in their name, she provided something for you to be able to do that for your students. And it was easy for me to create names for my students and teach them how to basically spell them. So these were perfect. So I will make sure that I link Play-Doh to Play-Doh down below for you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and work on things that I need to work on to prepare for the day. I will see you guys here in a little while.
Lightning strikes by my window, hits my chest right in the morning, like a warning. Could have slept here for days. I felt your heart
right, guys, so it is my lunchtime. I just finished eating. Actually, it's my planning time, but I get hungry around 11. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to eat. So I just went ahead and ate. I am going to be working on a few of my to-do list for today. So let me show you what I'm working on. Okay, I realize that some of it has names on it, so I'm not going to show you, but I will walk you through what I'm doing. I have a transfer student who is transferring from another district to our district. Currently working on getting all of their paperwork over. So I've already did that. I need to finish inputting information into the program that we use is called Easy IEP for a particular student, so I'm going to be working on that. I'm going to be sending emails to parents about upcoming meetings, and then after I finish that, I'm going to work on another student's IEP. So that's what I'm working on now. I have 45 minutes for planning and then 30 minutes for lunch. It's been about 10 minutes for me, so I have a little bit of time to be able to work on this stuff. And then after I kind of start working on this, I am going to set up and get ready for math instruction as well as my ESL instruction. So let me kind of flip you guys around. Here is my area. It is not completely organized. It's a work in progress, but I do keep all of my SEL curriculum in here. So we're going to finish working on some things. I do have my Monday materials in here of what we are going to be doing. And I have it all the way up to Friday, and then I just put extra materials, but I think I'm going to put next week, and then I'm going to be relabeling these at some point, just not right away. So that is what this area is for. My math instruction, I keep it over there. So I'm going to be working on putting everything, all my materials together. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, August 30th. I had to look at the calendar. Okay, so I just got here. It's about an hour before contract hours. I am going to work on getting 2 anchor charts ready for my lessons for today. And then after that, I am going to work on inputting some information for a revision R that I'm going to be having on Wednesday, so tomorrow. I'm feeling a little nervous. This is my first one. I want to make sure that I have it right. There's still a few questions that I need to ask my mentor teacher about in regards to making sure that I'm inputting the correct information in. The good thing about this is that there's not much changing on this IEP, so that's great. And so this is hopefully just gonna dip my toes in the water basically on how to run a ARD meeting. Here in the district that I am in, we, the teachers, are the case managers, and we also facilitate the ARD meetings. So it's a lot on my plate. I'm looking forward to it, but I am feeling a little nervous about it. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and make me some coffee, get set up. So I wanted to show you some things that I am going to laminate really quickly for the day. The first thing is I'm laminating this 10 Black Dots book that we created. I also printed out Rhyming Matching Game by pre-kinders. And so we have been practicing about rhyming. So I am going to cut this out, and we are going to put this on an anchor chart. And we are going to work on matching rhyming words. So I'm gonna cut this stuff out and get it prepped for my anchor chart. I also printed out a pre-test and a post-test of numbers, because right now we're working on counting up to 10. So there's that, and then I have a notes page This is the resource that I am using, small group numbers for math. So I'm going to create a folder with everything in it that I need. So this is what I thought I was going to do. This here is we are going to be practicing using a 10 frame. And so I printed these out. These are the numbers that got printed out. And so what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to hang these up around the classroom, and I'm going to go with them, and they are going to practice writing each number in the pencil, and then they're going to fill in what that looks like. I think this right here is going to be something that I do on like later on in the week, because today I'm introducing how to use a 10 frame. So this will be something that I get prepped and ready to go for, I'm thinking like Thursday or Friday. That way it gives us some time to practice how to use a 10 frame together. This right here is just the district's planning. Okay, I also printed these out. I'm gonna laminate them, and they are just numeral practice. They're gonna practice just writing, and then I also have some flashcards from 6 to 10. So we're just going to practice reading numbers, numeral practice on tracing. So this is what this is for. All right, let me get started on laminating, creating my anchor chart, and getting ready for the day.
You say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you're doing fine cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears aren't proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge. There's so many ways to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust the right. Don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow the light. You're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to be. I see you hesitating while you're waiting, like somebody's gonna give it to you. You gotta chase it, gotta believe it. You gotta go get it for yourself. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears aren't proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge.
All right, guys, so it's been, let's see, what time is it? It's 9:40. I usually am doing some inclusion time in the early childhood special education classroom, but my student was pulled for a little bit. So I figured I would show you what we did for our phonics today. I know that you guys saw me working on the anchor chart, but let me show you what they worked on. Okay. So we reviewed what rhyming words are. We have introduced it, but today we worked on pairing rhyming words. And so what we did is we went over each picture. I wrote down the words underneath them, and then we did pairing. So I would choose nest, and then I would choose two different words to go with it. So I would say nest, est, vest, est. Does est and est rhyme? And they would say yes or no. Or I would say nest, est, truck, uck. Does est and uck rhyme? And they would say no. So we did each one and we paired them up. This is going to be something that we continue working on. I do have more of these that we will work on throughout the week. So this is what we did. So we also did names, our name folder. Let me show you without actually showing you. So we did our name folders that I created, and I showed that to you, I believe, last vlog. So we worked on our name, and then we worked on sounds as well. So that's okay. So I have about 30 minutes before I need to be somewhere else. So what I'm going to work on now is just getting things ready for math instruction, because I would really like to spend my planning time working on a couple of things for my first ARD meeting. So that's what I'm going to work on now.
There's many ways to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust the right. Don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow the light. You're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to be. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to be. You are like me, and I'm like you. You are like me, and I'm like.
All right, so let me show you what this anchor chart looks like. I'm going to hang this up over there in the math area, and so we're going to go over this today. I'm going to laminate it, and we are going to talk about each step today and practice putting things on a 10 frame. So this is what this looks like. Okay, so I went ahead and got my math set up, but I also got my SEL ready to go. So I figured I would show you what we're going to be doing. So today is day 2, listen when the teacher is talking. So I'm going to be showing the video to them again, asking them questions. We're gonna go over what it means to listen and what it means to listen when the teacher talks. Then we're going to do this activity. So I created this myself, and you can do something similar. So the first step that I did was I got this off of the internet. I just copied it and pasted it onto a Word document. And so what they're going to do is cut out the pieces, and they're going to assemble their face. So I just did this the way that I kind of look, but this will be their way to be able to create their face. Once they are completely done cutting things out and coloring their picture, they're going to glue it and assemble a face. So this might be a 2-step thing that we do. So after we are done gluing this down, I'm going to go and I'm going to say quiet, listen, and look. And they have to tell me what body part on their face they are going to be using to be able to ensure that they can listen when they are listening to the teacher. So this is our SEL lesson for today, their hands-on activity. I also do have a PowerPoint that I am using. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, guys. Can't believe it's already Wednesday. Today is August 31st, and it is my first ARD meeting. I'm so nervous. So if you don't know, in the school district that I teach, not only are we the special education teacher for our student, but we are also the case manager, and we are also the person that runs the meeting. So because this is my first, I'm feeling a little bit nervous because I don't want to miss saying anything that needs to be said, and it's a little nerve-wracking. So I am going to finish working on my script I have the majority of it done. I do need to just kind of make some tweaks here and there. I'm going to show it to my mentor teacher to make sure that I have everything down that is required of me to say. The good thing about this is that it's not an initial art. It's not a annual art. So I feel like I can like dip my toes in and get comfortable with what is required of me to say. So I'm going to do that. And I'm sorry, my arm is kind of hurting. So I'm shaking a little. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on that. Because I'm going to be doing this, my husband said, let's go to Starbucks. So Starbucks is in hand, pumpkin spice latte. I know, it's only August, but I had to. So anyways, let's get started. Hey guys, it is lunchtime. So excited. So, wanted to let you guys know, since I have not updated you guys, I got everything ready script-wise for my art meeting. It went great. Feeling nervous for no reason, basically. And I'm finishing up all of the paperwork on my end currently. And then after that, I am going to prep for what we're doing this afternoon. So yesterday, I do want to say that it rained yesterday here, so my students did indoor recess. When I went to go pick them up, they were actually doing indoor recess a little bit longer, and so my students did not want to leave, so I allowed them to stay a little bit. But because my classroom is on the other side of campus, we weren't able to transition them into the classroom and have a full lesson of what I had planned for math. So we're going to do that lesson today. I kind of showed you guys yesterday that we were going to be working on 10 frames, so I'm introducing that to them today, and we're going to be working on that. So that is a good thing that that's happening today, and I don't have to worry about trying to get all of my materials ready because it's already ready, especially since I was feeling a little nervous about the ARD meeting and just kind of conducting that. So that is good to go. The only thing I do need to get ready is my lesson for SEL. And so the good thing about that is that I use the Teach Town curriculum. So I'm going to look at that and just make sure that I have everything ready for today. And then that's it. Those are the things that I have to prepare for. And then other than that, I do inclusion time. So just wanted to give you guys an update. I will show you what I get ready for Teach Town once I have that ready. Okay guys, so I went ahead and got my SEL lesson put together. So let me show you what we're going to work on for today's lesson. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is my students are going to finish this arts and craft that we worked on yesterday. I'm trying really hard to make sure that I'm not showing you students' names. So we're going to finish working on that. I am going to read Listen When the Teacher Talks. This is like a comic strip that is included in the curriculum. So I will read this to the students and we'll talk about what Jelly and Mochi are doing and what they can do to be good listener when the teacher talks. I'm going to read Interrupting Chicken, and so we're going to talk about what the hen is doing. He interrupts father from reading the story. So we're going to talk about interrupting chickens. So we're going to read that. And then I'm going to give the students an opportunity to be a speaker. So once they finish this assignment, they are going to come up and they're going to present and they're going to tell me about their picture and what it means to talk. And so as they're talking, the other students are going to be the audience. And so they're going to practice listening when the teacher speaks. In that case, when the speaker speaks. So that is our lesson for SEL today. Good morning. Happy Friday. The last time you guys heard from me was Wednesday. Yesterday was Thursday. Yesterday was also the 1st of September. And it was our back to school night. And so because I knew I was going to be staying late, I did not get here early. I got here right at contract hours. And so I just never picked up my phone to vlog because it was just a busy day. And so anyways, we're here. It's Friday and I'm feeling really tired. I took everything out of me to get here. I did carpool with my husband, so fortunately he was able to drive, but I did get here early, but I just laid in my car. It was just one of those mornings. It's a Friday. I really wish that I could be back in my bed sleeping. But anyways, so today what we're going to do is we're going to continue working on counting up to 10 using our 10 frames, being able to do one-to-one correspondence. I took kind of like a little pre-test for students. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is kind of my pre-test, and then I also have a post-test. So here we want to see if they are able to recognize numeral numbers. And so I took this, and then we were able to see if students can count the dots and see how many they were, and then if they can write the number. So I wanted to see if they know what it looks like, if they know how to count one-to-one, and if they know how to write the numerals. So I took a pre-test yesterday of my couple of students that I have. And so now that I know that, I will be focusing more on helping them with learning how to count one-to-one, as well as being able to recognize a number and being able to write them. So we are going to be working on that. Now that I know that, I will begin to be working more on small group math lessons that kind of correlate with this. So there's that. We continued working on our name folders yesterday, as well as rhyming. So let me show you, I got some things printed from pre-kinders. She has a resource for free rhyming word activity. So I did do that. So let me show you what that looks like. We are still working on that. This skill, I think, is going to take a little bit of time. It is kind of difficult to understand what rhyming words are, I feel like. So we will be working on it a little bit more. As you can see here, we've been working on rhyming pairs and being able to put pairs together. So we are going to basically work on something like this that's very similar again today, and being able for the students to kind of hear that sound that sounds the same at the end. Let me flip you guys around and show you what I have been doing with my students. Okay, so let me show you what I do. Each student will get 3 cards. This is our top one. So we are trying to make a rhyme with our top card. So what I would typically do is I would say bug, ugh, ugh, and then I would say tree, e. Does ugh and e rhyme? Do they sound the same? And they would say no. Okay, so then we would take that one ugh. Then we would go bug, ugh, rug, ugh. Does ugh and ugh sound the same? Yes, so that way they hear that sound and then they hear the whole word. And so then when they tell me yes, then they'll take these two and they'll both have blue tape on the back, and then they will make a pair up on our anchor chart. So I'm just trying to get them to be able to hear that same sound at the end of the word. So this is what we are going to be working on today. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen. As you can tell, I am a little sleepy. So next, I'm going to make me some coffee. Let's go. All right, coffee is made, ready to start the day. Let's go.